Hi, and welcome to session 3 in our series called 7 Love Letters. You know, these letters that Jesus writes at the beginning of the book of Revelation to the churches have actually been studied over millennia. They have been analyzed and have been read to churches all around the world and across time. They're actually pretty epic, and they have gone a long way in helping us as the church to stay the course and to love God correctly all the way till He returns. I'm so glad that you're joining us in on the series, because this series looks at probably the greatest love relationship of our lives. And Jesus, in His letter to the churches, tries to give us tips and coach us along the way so that we do love correctly, so that we get it right. Because it's so easy for us to just start our walk with God and then over time lose our way. Here's an interesting fact about the 7 letters that we see in Revelation. Did you know that each one of them begins with a description of Jesus? These descriptions of Jesus actually tie in to chapter 1 of the book of Revelation, which has the complete description of Jesus. In today's session, we are looking at 2 churches combined. And they have the description of Jesus as follows. The first one is that He's having a sharp, 2-edged sword. And then He's described as having eyes like a flame of fire and feet like burnished bronze. This means, so they've been carefully selected, right? This means that He is cutting straight to the chase. He's getting right to the heart of things, and that Jesus sees the truth. Today's session deals with immorality and idolatry in the church. Broadly speaking, we're looking at Pergamum and Thyatira, these 2 churches, and it is the topic of compromise. You see, these churches, they're so embedded into the world that is around them. They're so blended into the culture of the world around them that they begin to do the things that the world does. And then they begin to worship the things that the world does. So in the way that they would live with their morality, they reflect kind of just like what the world is. And in the way that they worship and chase after things, they reflect the culture that they're in. That's why the image of Jesus has the feet like burnished bronze, which is like an idol, because we're talking a lot about idolatry and immorality. What does that look like, though, in your life? What kind of things, so if we let this letter speak to us, what kind of things are okay for you? What's acceptable in your Christian walk? Let's take some time to look at our own Christian morality, in particular because we are talking about love, and also because it's directly in the text. We're focusing in on sexual immorality. Everything from porn, lusts, through to our own conduct with the opposite sex. Harassment, abuse, inappropriate behavior, those types of things. How do we conduct ourselves as Christians? Also, let's look at whether we are chasing the same kinds of things that the world is chasing. That's called idolatry. God is very concerned about how we, the church, how we live our lives, whether we are markedly different from the world and really belonging to God, or have we compromised and we look just like them. In Revelation 3:23, it says, God searches the mind and the heart. In fact, I just noticed this as I was reading. That actual verse begins with, and I will strike her children dead, and all the churches will know that I am He who searches the mind and the heart, and I will give to each of you according to your works. Those are powerful words. We need to know, church, that we are about to meet a God who has the sword that divides through, it's double-edged, who has these eyes of flames that can see through to our inner lives. God searches our mind and our heart. And what is it that He will see? Will it be a life of compromise and blending in? Or will we be faithful and true to Him? I hope you have a good discussion. God bless.